Next part of the tutorial is part 3, which we want to find out what is the expected project cost and what is the most expensive activity. In addition to that, we want to set a baseline for the project to see how we can track afterward the progress of project in comparison to what we have planned in the beginning. Starting with the report on project cost, we should go to this tab, report tab, and down here you see a group of reports for cost, and the first one is cash flow. Click on this one and the report on cash flow is generated. First thing I want to do is to change the size of this table so we can see the numbers more clearly here. Let's have this one small. It would work to have it 20. Okay, so it shows that the cost for this project is 1,692,000, and it in here it says as a remaining cost because by this time that we took this cash flow, no part of the project has been done. So as you see, the actual cost is 0, the remaining cost is just 1. But what you can do in this report, you can choose what you want to have in the table on top. When I choose the table here, on the right hand side you can see different options that we have, so I can remove whatever I don't want to be included. For example here, I don't want to have the actual cost. But for example, we want to see this cost variance, or let's say the remaining cost that we have over time. Down here is another graph which can show us the cash flow over the time, but as you can see here, nothing can be shown. The reason is the time of this computer is to be set the actual date to today, but the project that we have in this tutorial is for 2012, so it kind of cannot see what time frame they should fit. For changing the time frame, we just click on edit here, and then we can choose what time we want to have the cash flow for. So from 3rd of January 2012. Okay, and then for the units of time that we want to have the cash flow, let's set it for a month, and here what we have. As you can see, the project starts with this much of expected cost, and it will go up. The maximum cost will happen in March, and then it will reduce again. So it can show how the distribution of cost over time will be. You can also see how the total cost over time is increasing, the amount of time, the amount of expense that they have until the end of the project. Down here we have another piece of information. So we can see the cost of every single task in this table, but at the moment the default setting of this table is outline level of level 1, the top level cost, and it only shows the total cost for the projects, but we want to have all the subtasks. So by changing this one to all the subtasks, the table shows all the information for every single task that we have. This is the table for cost, and you can see in this column the highest cost is related to this activity, equipment rehab, and then after that we have the highest cost probably down here. Down here in prepare product for launch, and it can show which activities are most expensive to do. The other task that we want to do is to set the baseline for this project. So after some time, when we want to review the project to see how the progress of the project has been, we can compare the project with the baseline that we set. For setting the baseline, you need to go to Project tab, and then in this section you have Set Baseline option to choose. By choosing this arrow here, we can choose Set Baseline. This is the first baseline that we want to set for this project. For that reason, we have this name of baseline to be the default name. And then down here you can choose if you want to have the baseline for entire project, or you want to have it for selected tasks in the project. We want to have it for entire project, so we will leave it as it is. Set OK. Now we save this baseline, and if you want to see the baseline in this Gantt chart here, you can go to Format tab, and then in this section in Baseline, you can choose the baseline that you want to have. This is the one that we just saved. So I click this one, and you can see this line down here, the gray shaded line down here. It shows the saved baseline. When the project goes on, after some time you may need to save another baseline to show the progress of the project over time. So you can save future baseline with different names. They will like baseline 1, baseline 2, and rest of them. So this is for that reason that we have it here.